Hello, ladies and gents. All right, so we're going to be doing part 2 of our compositions. So we are on page 31. We already did number 2. So we're on page 31, and we already did number 2. We're about to do number 4. All right, so here is number 4. All right, so let's just get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I can darken my axis lines to keep this a little more focused, or if you want to wait until the end to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. So green is what I'm going to be focused on at the very, very end. Okay, so now when you're looking at this is reflection of the translation. You can't do the reflection of something unless you have that something first. So we have to do the translation first, and then we can do the reflection. So this will be the first thing, this would be the second thing. Now, if they gave us in words, like number 1, if they said in words, we would go in the order that the words say. So rotate, then, and then rotate again. But in case of number 4, this says reflection of translation, we're going to be going backwards. Okay, so the first thing they said was to translate. So this is X, this is Y. So the number is with the Y, so that means we're going to go up or down. So we're going to go up 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that right there is my I. Okay, and then M is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my M. R, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my R. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my G. Okay, so then let's go ahead. I'm just going to shade that, or darken that a little bit. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to be focused on the red, and I'm going to take the red and I'm going to reflect it over Y equals 2. All right, so I'm going to take my pencil. Here's the Y axis, here's 2. So we're going to take the red and reflect it over this pencil, and that's Y equals 2. All right, so focus specifically on the red. So the black doesn't exist anymore. We're focused on the red. So I'm going to take my blue marker because it stands out more. So I'm going to reflect the red eye over the pencil. 1, 1. So this will be my new eye. Take the red M. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my new M. My R is 1 hop, 1 hop. And my G, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's my new G. Okay, so now I'm going to take my red pen and shade everything in. The old red doesn't exist anymore. I don't care about that. Or maybe you're going to use blue when you're shading it in so it stands out more. Okay, that does look legit. It does look like it flipped over. Okay, so now it's time to write down our final answers. Okay, so focus on the green axis line. So I'm going to put my finger right there in the center, and I'm going to figure out and I'm going to keep coming back home to that one spot. So keep my finger here. Let's write down the coordinates. G is negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's negative 4, comma, and I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's negative 4, 5. Okay, my R is negative 3, positive 3. My I, which is right here, is negative 1, positive 1. And my M, which is way up here, that is negative 2, positive 5. And those are your answers. Okay, we're going to flip the page now. We're going to flip the page and go to page 32. We're going to flip the page and go to page 32, and we're going to do number 6. We're going to do number 6. All right, so number 6. I'm going to do the same thing as before. So I'm going to darken my axis lines. That'll just help me stay a little organized. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we're going to be going backwards. So this is first, this is second, because we can't do a reflection of a translation unless we have that translation first. We can't do the reflection of something unless we have the something. Okay, so this one is going down -4. So actually, no, still. It's now, see how I naturally said down? Uh-oh. No, when I wrote XY, I caught myself. Because the number is with the X, that means I'm going to the left or right. Because numbers with the X, I'm either going to go to the left or to the right. In this particular case, we're going to be going to the left. Okay, so we're going to take our B. We're going to go left. We're going to go left 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's your B. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our U. And G. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our G. Okay, so we're focused on those dots right there. Okay, focused on those dots. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reflect over y equals -2. So I'm going to take my pencil. Here's the y-axis. Here's -2. So I'm going to reflect over my pencil. Okay, so I'm going to rotate that until that is vertical to me, and I'm going to reflect each point. So let's do it. G is 2 hops away from the pencil, 2 more hops. There is my new G. U is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my new U. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's my new B. All right. So I'm going to take my red. And I'm going to shade those in. Okay, so this was the original. This is the new shape. All right, let's go ahead and write down the coordinates. So focused on the green. So the center of the green is right here. I'm going to keep my finger right there, so I will always go back home to there. All right, so that is B is -2, -8. So -2, -8. -2, -8. And then my U is +1, -8. So that's 1, -8. Okay, and my G is +2, -4. So +2, -4. And those are the coordinates. All right, sweet. Okay, now let's look at number 8. So that was number 6. That was number 6 that we just did on page 32. Now let's look at number 8. Number 8. Oh my goodness, there's 3 different things we're going to be doing, but that's okay. Just keep going. Just fake it till you make it, right? So this will be the first, second, and then third action. Right. Now, if you look, so I gave you all these points, but if you look at what I'm asking you to find on your answer key, I'm only going to ask you for letter C. Well, that's fantastic. So that means all this other stuff we don't care about. All I want you to do is find C. So instead of flipping every single point, just worry about C. Don't just totally forget about all the other ones. They don't matter. So if I'm only asking you for C, then only move C, and your life is that much simpler. All right, so okay, so those are my axis lines. All right, let's do each thing. So the first thing it said was to translate -4, 3. So we're just going to move C. That's it. That's the only thing we're going to be moving. Okay, so C, okay, that is -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, +3, 1, 2, 3. And we landed right there. And so I can put the letter C, or I can say that that was my first action. So I'm just going to put the number 1 because that's my first action. Or I could put C1, whatever you like. Okay, so then the second thing I'm going to do is reflect over y equals x. All right, so y equals x. I'm going to take my pencil and put dots. And now it's going to be rising from left to right because it's a positive x. And we just continue the pattern in the opposite direction. And I'm going to take my blue highlighter and connect those dots, just to make it pretty. So that was y equals x. Okay, I like to turn that until it's vertical to me. Okay, so that is 2 little hops for the arm and go the other arm. So I wouldn't go the arm this way. That doesn't work. We want to keep it balanced, right? So the other dot would be right here. So that was my second action. So I'll just put the number 2. Okay, so this right here was 0, right? Okay, so now we're going to do our third action, which says rotate 180 degrees. So put our pen in the center and our finger at the top. Now, unless they say otherwise, you always go against the clock. Just like Beyonce said, go to the left. So we're at 12, 11, so we're turning this way. So boop, that's 90 degrees. Boop, that's 180 degrees. Now, the thing about 180 degrees, you're still going to get the same answer no matter which way you go. It's one of those ones that if you turn left or right, you're still going to get the same answer, so you luck out. Okay, but anyway, so this is our up from now on. This is going to be up. I don't want to have to draw this again. So this is going to be my up from now on. Okay, so now with this being up, this is number 3. Where this is being up, this is number 3. And where is that location? So put our finger at the center of the green. This would be 0, -2. So that is, so C prime ended up being 0, -2. X, Y, this was on the Y axis, so the numbers with the Y. So 0, -2 is our answer. Turn it back up to normal. And we just wrote our answer. Here's 3. Oh yeah, that's the up. Okay, so that was number 8. So we could have done all the other points, but who cares, because I never asked you for it. So your life just got so much easier. Okay, so now we're on page 33. We're on page 33. We're on page 33. Okay, so trying to remember which ones I wanted to do. Believe it was 1. Yeah, I want to do 1 and 3 for you. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is actually take the time and draw the picture. So we're on page 33, number 1. Okay, so let's take the time and draw the picture. So the points. Okay, A is at 0, 0. Okay, B is at 8, +1. So there's my B. And C is at 5, 5. All right, so those are my original coordinates. Okay, so I'm just going to put an O right there so I know that that was my original. Okay, so and then we're going to just do each little thing. The first thing I said was to rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. So we put our pen in the center, and we're going to turn this 90 degrees clockwise. So with the clock, my finger is going with the clock, and this is my picture. From now on, this is going to be my up. From now on, I want this to be up. This is going to be up from now on, because I don't want to have to regraph this if I don't have to. So this is my up. So now this turned into number 1, where this is up. This is number 1 where this is up. Okay, so, and I'm not even bothering writing down the coordinates because I really don't care. But if you wanted to, you could. You could totally write down those coordinates in there. Do I want you to do that? You know what? Yeah, so that will help me catch your mistakes that much faster. Okay, so if we look at this, okay, so for when we rotated, where did A land? That is 0, 0. So I'm writing down the coordinates in there. Okay, now these numbers, these black numbers, now that this is my up, these numbers are just screwing with us. So don't trust that it's positive or negatives. Okay, so don't trust that. Okay, so B is positive 1, negative 8. Positive 1, negative 8. And then my C is positive 5, negative 5. So positive 5, negative 5. All right, so those are new coordinates. Okay, so now let's go to the next step. And they said to reflect over the x-axis. Okay, so at this moment, for us, this is our x-axis. So this is our x-axis. We're going to reflect each point. Okay, so we'll reflect that. A would land in the same spot. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My C would land right here. My B, 8 hops, 8 hops. So here's my B. Okay. Okay, so that right there, that was my second action. That right there is my second action. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down those coordinates. So if we look at this, where are each one of these coordinates? So remember, this is up. So A is still at 0, 0. Didn't even go anywhere. Okay, your B is positive 1, positive 8. And your C is positive 5, positive 5. Okay, and then that was the second action. And then the final action said that we're going to go positive 6, negative 1. So take your A, go positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then negative 1. So down 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1. So this is where my A landed. Okay, your B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1. There's my B. And C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, ran off the picture. 6, and then negative 1. So right there. So I accidentally put a dot right there in the wrong spot. Okay, so yeah, we went off the picture. Okay. That's fine. So positive 6, negative 1. Okay, so then, and this will be our final answer. Okay, so now if we read this, where are our points? Okay, our A is at positive 6, negative 1. Your B is at positive 7, positive 7. And your C is at positive 10, positive 4. Okay, so we went off the picture just a little bit. That's okay. So there we go. So that is the picture. Okay, so so here are the coordinates that we just got. Okay, we have one more problem. We got one more problem to do. So so it'd be your job to do number 2. Let's make sure number 3 is legit. Yes. Okay, so we're going to flip over and we're going to do number 3 now. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is plot the points. So up here at the top, it tells us what our points are. So we have 2, 2, which is our H. And then all right, sorry. So 2, 2, which is our H, negative 2, positive 2, which is our I. So there's our H, there's our I. Negative 2, negative 2, that is our J. And 2, negative 2, that is our K. So this should actually look familiar a little bit. All right. Okay, so let's do each thing. Okay, so the first thing they said was to rotate this 180 degrees. So take our pen, put it in the center, and rotate 180 degrees. So this is our new up. This is going to be our up from now on. Okay, so now where were those coordinates? Okay, so my h is now at -2, -2. So -2, -2, and I wrote down the coordinates. Okay, my I is at +2, -2. Okay, your J is at +2, +2, and your K is -2, +2. All right, so I wrote down all those coordinates. Just I'll turn it back to normal. So those were the new coordinates right there. Okay, and then, so here's our coordinates. This is 180 degrees, and this is going to be my up from now on. Okay, and if it helped, you could have just wrote down all those coordinates right here, just in case you were you can't write upside down like I did. So that would be HIJK. So if you needed to, you could write it right there on the side where this is my first action. So -2, -2, 2, -2, 2, 2, and -2, 2. Okay, so then the next action that they said to do was to translate a +2, +2. So we're going to take this, so +2, +2. So there's my new J, +2, +2, there's my new K, 2, 2, there's my new H, and then +2, +2, there's my new I. Be careful, the I and the H kind of look the same, so I like to circle my letter I's, because make it like an eyeball. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, that way I won't get those backwards. Okay, so those are those letters, and that, so where were those coordinates? Okay, so your H is 0, 0. Your I is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's +4, 0. Your J, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So +4, +4. And your K is on the y-axis, so that's 0, 4. So that's 0, 4. So my second action, if you prefer, you could just write the coordinates the way that you're looking at it. HIJK. So after our second action, we had 0, 0, 4, 0, 4, 4, and 0, 4. Okay, and then the final action says reflect over y equals x. So that means we're going to be rising from left to right. You really should put dots here. Help you stay organized. So right about here, this should start looking familiar because we actually did this yesterday. Second time around, it kind of makes more sense. Okay, so so we're focused on the red. Your J is already on there, so it would just stay there. Your K is 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. Oh, it landed where I was. So there's K. I would actually flip spots with it. So I with a circle around it. And then H is already on the line, so it would stay on the line. Okay, and that would be your answer. Okay, so where are those coordinates? So our third and final action, HIJK. Your third and final action, your H was at 0, 0. Your I, which is right here, is at 0, 4. Your J is at 4, 4. And your K is at 4, 0. And you would take those and put it in the box. So 0, 0, 0, 4, 4, 4, and 0, 4. Okay, so this is what your box should look like. Now what is going to happen when it's time for the test? Just this. Just your final answer. That's all I'm going to be looking for, is those coordinates right there. So that final step, that's all we want. Okay, so it's your job to finish number 2 and 4. And that's it for the lesson. Thank you, guys. Today's a work day. Well, if today is Friday when you see this. So make sure that you guys get this squared away. All right. Good luck, guys.